It's me. I'm back. I'm gonna go out in the backyard and sit down and just checking up. Today's the first day since I've been sick. I can't find my tripod anywhere. But today's the first day since I've been sick that I actually can talk without sounding really weak. There we go. I have a rock under here. So let's see, I've been sick for 15 days, and you know, this virus thing, it's funny because it's not like the worst thing you've ever get, right? But it's the hardest because it just doesn't want to go away for me. You know, so actually everyone in my family's had this. My oldest son was first, that was a year ago. And my dogs are inside, I didn't let him out. But my oldest son, when he got it, he just had it for, like it was a day sickness. He's always had a great immune system though. So he was sick for the day, maybe with a head cold, and then he said he was good. And then my daughter and her boyfriend got it about 6 months ago, and I already had their medicine cabinet stocked up for everything they need, so I just told her exactly what to take. And they basically had the same symptoms. It starts out as a cold, and then it might make you have a sore throat, and then it's like, oh no, we don't want to give, once your sore throat goes away or your head cold goes away, it's like a little gremlin inside. It's like, oh, we didn't mean to do those symptoms, we meant to give you some other symptoms. And then it went on to, for them, mouth sores and just tiredness and body aches and headaches. And then she never had a hard time with her breathing, but her boyfriend did a little bit. But with both of them, I had them taking what's that stuff, Mucinex right away, and NyQuil and stuff right away, and then they never developed anything in their lungs. And then of course Tylenol with them 3, and they got better. And then you take your vitamins and stuff naturally on top of that too. So, and then here we got it. Now my husband got it first, and he has all the symptoms I have, but shorter durations, and he was able to just bounce back faster. He always been like that though. And then I got sick next, like 4 days after my husband. And then the first few days I just felt like a head cold. And then my son got sick 4 days after me, Shandon, my youngest. But he, let's just go over his real fast. He had a fever for 1 day, like a head cold, and he had NyQuil and Mucinex for 2 days, and that's it. And he's good, and he's not, that was all. Very simple, just a head cold. And then, so he's better, and he's been better a long time. His only lasted 5 days total. And then my husband's lasted 10 days, or maybe 8 days, and just tiredness a few days after that. But for me, mine lasted 15 days. And so I started with Mucinex right away. Even I do that with every cold because I have a history of croup, getting congested. I don't know why. I don't have lung issues. And my husband, he's the one. My husband has heart issues and lung issues. And he didn't have any problems at all. And so for us, the symptoms are every symptom in the world of every cold you can think of. So this thing, like, it's like there's like a little gremlin inside that wants to give you every single cold you've ever had of symptoms that existed. So that's what makes it long and hard, is that you are fighting each like cold. And then so the beginning you have a sore throat, but I have my homemade horsehound that helps with that. It really does. So I never had to deal with the sore throat. It was only for like an hour, and then I took my horsehound. It's really, really good for that. And then so that sore throat went away right away, and it just had like a head cold. And then so you just take your Mucinex. I just took my Mucinex and my NyQuil at night so I don't get croup, because I always don't want to deal with that. So I never had a chance to develop any like snot. I never had boogers or anything, but I had major sinus pressure and a very, very bad headache. Like, it felt like I was drinking this Slurpee and getting brain freeze all day brain freeze for like 8 days. Like, the head piercing pain was not fun. But then I had a headache, a fever, low grade fever for 8 days, and I was taking the Tylenol for the headache and the fever. The fever was never going away, so I stopped, and because it was such a low grade one, I just suffered through it. So of course you have body aches and chills, and then I was able to break the fever, because it wasn't going away while I was taking the Tylenol. So I just it was only a good 24 hours of the, chills and stuff until I broke my fever. So, but it just made me, like, I slept for days. I'd barely been up. Thank goodness my husband's here to take care of Shandon, and he was doing good. So it's not like I've been sicker, like, I had the worst flu. I've had a flu that was horrible, a head cold that's worse. But what makes this harder, in a way, because it's not the worst thing I ever get, is the duration for me. It's so long, and it just takes away your energy. So it's like you can't help it, no matter if you're an energetic person. And I've been prepared, because I wanted to get my natural immunities. So I've been preparing my immune system, eating right, and herbs and vitamins, and trying to make sure I'm as healthy as can be to handle this. So it's not like a hard thing. I mean, it's not like a bad illness for me. It was hard, if that makes sense. And then so, yeah, it's like a little thing inside of you. You get over one thing, like the headache and the chills went away, and then it's just more body aches. Like, oh, we didn't make your left leg hurt enough. It's like growing pains when you're a kid. And so it was more of the headache and the sinus pressure. And then I started getting nauseous. It's like, okay, now that all those other things are done, now we're going to make you nauseous and lightheaded. With more headaches. So, and then I just have barely been able to do anything. And then I can't breathe. Even though I had absolutely no boogers, I still have fluid developed in my lungs. So I had to get on antibiotics. Because it's just, it's hard. It feels like I'm climbing a mountain. It's like the mucus developed in your lungs. like, it doesn't get in there from, like, boogers. It just grows in there on its own. And so, coughing that up, even though I've been taking, thank goodness I was taking Mucinex from the beginning, and NyQuil, and, like, antihistamines. So, and then, of course, my homemade concoctions, whatever their purposes are for, and they work for those elements, you know. It's each, the sickness has so many different types of sicknesses roll into one. It's like every possible cold and illness that it can mess around with your body. So it's just, now it's lack of energy, and I'm behind on so many things. And of course, when I'm the one that takes care of the animals. My husband has to work too and help take care of us. And I have thank goodness, my automatic chicken feeder. I can hear it go off, so I knew it was working. And then they were already watered, and then I have the ducks, and they were all fine. My rabbits, I forgot I had bred my rabbit. And so she had a very small litter. She only had 3 babies. My husband went out there to feed her for me, and he said there's a dead baby. And so when there wasn't enough babies in there probably to create the warmth that they needed, because there was only 1 left, and 2 that looked like it was alive for long, and then 1 kind of half-eaten one. Anyways, my bunnies didn't make it. I feel like it's, my fault. It probably would have happened regardless. So I know if there's any time you neglect any animals on a farm, something's always going to die. It's just how it is. So, but yeah, I don't think she had a good enough clutch to maintain warmth. Those babies to stay warm. But I didn't, I gave her bedding, but she ate most of it. I couldn't go out there and check on her again. So anyways, there's that. But I haven't been able to eat anything but Jell-O. So food-wise, broth and Jell-O is for 15 days is all I've been able to eat. So I'm starting to be able to take in more food. Like I had my husband go get me some fried rice from a teppanyaki place, because I can't taste anything. Everything is horribly salty or nothing. So I don't know why I taste salt in everything, or it tastes like nothing. So I need something spicy. So yesterday he brought me some. I was like, give me some fried rice from that I don't want to cook, and I'm just souped out, and I have no Jell-O left, and I want to start taking regular food in, but I wanted a horseradish to see, because my nose is burning anyways. And so I can eat a whole glob of horseradish and it not even affect me. It was so funny. Like, giant green glob of horseradish, because he got me some sushi. So I was able to eat sushi yesterday and some fried rice. I just wanted, when you haven't eaten so much a long time, you start craving food. That's the only thing I've been able to taste. I haven't been able to taste any of my cooking or anything that tastes like nothing or salt. Alright. So that's that. Before I got sick, I managed to process my ducks and finish my daughter's bedroom. So I have some of that stuff I have to edit, and I'm going to post. And light has burned my eyes. It's like, let's make you allergic to light. I haven't been able to look at any light sources, the computer or anything, because it burns you. And it feels like you've eaten a bunch of horseradish. My nose and my eyeballs have just been burning. And today's the first day I can actually go look outside without my eyes burning from the light. It's like, let's make you a vampire while we're at it. But I'm doing fine, and it's just, for me, it's just taken a bit longer to get my energy back, and it's most likely because I act this way when I get sick from anything. It always takes me a while. So all in all, the symptoms of everything aren't bad, except for the headaches, and the headache and the body ache and the chills are from the fevers. So as long as what's consistent with my kids and us is we took the Mucinex and the NyQuil and the Tylenol. Those are huge. And then if you have a sore throat, try, and then because I have a hard time breathing, I'm taking Mullein tea. I'm making Mullein and Euthanasia tea and drinking teas, and that's helping me expel mucus and be able to breathe easier. But oh my gosh, just walking down the hallway and taking a shower or washing just a blanket, putting a blanket in the wash machine, it's like climbing a mountain. It just knocks you on your feet, and no matter how strong you are, for me, when it grabs you this bad, it just takes your energy. It's like robs you of your energy. Yeah, there's like a little gremlin inside that's going to make you have every illness you can think of, every symptom. Except I was lucky I didn't have bowel issues. But menstrual issues, it does that too. So you have that energy taken from you the whole time. But I just wanted to give you all an update, and I know this thing is a little controversial, but I really wanted to have my natural immunities, because I feel like once you get vaccinated, you don't ever have that chance to get your natural immunity. You get vaccinated afterwards if you want to, if you feel like you need to do that. But I think everyone in my family is taking it so well. And I'm on the antibiotics because it's turning into like yuckiness in my lungs. And then I have fluid in my ear, like ear infection. So pressure in my ears, I couldn't hear. And so, yeah, make sure you have some antibiotics if you don't want to go to the doctor. Just take those too. So, and then taking the emergency drink mix packs and the emergency stuff and zinc and vitamin D. So for my youngest son, I gave him right away Mucinex, NyQuil, Tylenol for one day, and then a couple days more of Mucinex and NyQuil, and then there's vitamin D and zinc. Vitamin D and zinc is important. So that's what I gave to everyone, because I read that people that go in the hospital are low in vitamin D, and zinc helps combat stuff. And then you have your emergency vitamin C's, and then my herbal teas, and my horsehound cough syrup gets rid of any throat issues right away. It always has. So I didn't have to deal with that, but that's all it helps with. So, alright, but this is just what I did, just telling people are curious, what do you do? Well, that's what I did. And it's very symptomatic. You just treat based on symptom, And basically, what you need to treat is Mucinex and NyQuil. And then if you have any fish mocks, that's penicillin, fish pen. You can get that at fixmox.com if you want to get antibiotics. So, but I went to the doctor and got my antibiotics because I just wanted to make sure. I wanted it on record for our community too. So that way, because they need that data. Alrighty, but anyways, yeah, I wanted my natural antibodies and I got them. Because I think, what happens if they can't ever make, because they want to sit there and make all these different types of vaccines. I don't want to be taking vaccines all the time. And then what if something happens where they can't make the vaccines? So I have my natural antibodies, which are the best. No one can tell me. They don't even know how your antibodies work. So how can they tell you it's not going to be the best? So your natural antibodies, I feel, are going to be your best defense in anything. And this thing, like I said, wants to morph into different illnesses inside of you. As soon as your body gets a hang on one illness, then it like changes and you get sick again. But alright, so I'm going to do, I have a couple of videos. I have 3 videos that I have to edit and stuff, and I'll be posting those in the meantime. I'm going to get ready for the holidays because my kids are coming home. So I'm excited. I've just got to, trying to do one thing a day to get ready for them. I have a new stove coming. So hopefully I can get that done. And I got a new refrigerator. My dishwasher, I got a new dishwasher too, but it got canceled on me. So I might just wait until after the holidays. So those are coming in a week. I'm trying to get my kitchen prepared. I'm excited for a new stove. But alright guys, I'm just giving you quick updates. And I'm doing good. Just gonna take me a couple weeks probably. This thing just puts you behind for like 30 days. For if it affects you like me. Like I said, I'm the only one that takes illnesses a lot longer anyways. So for everyone else, it was like short duration. And same symptoms though. Give or take a couple. For my husband, it was very short. Boom, 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 and then he was like better. It just made him tired though. And then my youngest son, I'm so happy. He's like friggin' just is like his older brother. He didn't have any issues at all. Because I was not wanting to vaccinate him because of his autoimmune stuff, and I'd rather his body be given a chance, to fight it on its own, and he did. So with his IVIG, I think he hasn't really had an illness since he got sick 5 years ago. He has flare-ups instead, but this time no flare-up. I'm really excited about that. And he actually had a fever for the first time in years, so I know the IVIG worked. And so that's really encouraging to actually know he had a symptom, because every other sickness he's just never had any symptoms, because his immune system has been turned on in the wrong kind of way. So okay guys, we'll just talk to you later. And I also have an update on, know if you guys, I have a film, Big Black Rooster lives, so he's in, I'll give you an update on Big Black Rooster too, okay? So I'm gonna, now my eyes can see light, I can edit some videos. Alrighty, we'll just talk to you later. Peace. Bye-bye. Also, forgot to say, I think Roxy's pregnant. So there was one day this last heat cycle that I was busy, and so she's been through 4 heat cycles, and this last one we weren't so vigilant, so we'll see. She looks like she's swelling up, but we always intended to let her have 1 litter and then fix her. So, or it could be false. That would be nice. So I'm also good. Maybe in a couple weeks when my kids are home, that dog's gonna have puppies. But okay, now it's bye-bye. Peace.